Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0. For my dear audience, in this video I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of backyard house for kids or backyard house different design for uh, different people. So my dear guys, when we talk about a backyard house, then different question arise in our mind, like as what is a backyard of a house? Or what is the purpose of backyard, or what is it called a backyard, what is a backyard gardening design different. So my dear guys, a backyard house is situationally and conceptually uh, memorized. And my dear guys, when we talk about a backyard of a house, a space at the back of a house usually surrounded by a fence and covered with grass. The kids were playing on them. And when we talk about a backyard house, then it can be a different manipulations because a house is a single unit residential building. It may range in complexity from rudimentary and hard to a complex structure of wood, masonry, concrete, or other material outfitted with plumbing, electrical and heating, ventilation and air condition system. So the house use a range of different roofing system to keep precipitation such as rain from getting into the dwelling space. So house generally have doors or locks to secure the dwelling space and protect its inhabitants and content from burglars or other trespassers. So most conventional modern house in Western culture will contain one or more bedrooms and a bathroom, so a kitchen, a cooking area, and a living room. So a house, a different wood-made house may have a separate dining room, or the eating area may be integrated into the kitchen or another room. So some large house in Northern America have recreation rooms. So in traditional agricultural oriented societies and domestic animals such as chickens or larger livestock like cattle may share part of the house with the humans. So the social unit that lives in a house is known as a household. Most commonly, a household is a family units of some kind. Although household may also have other social group such as roommates or in rooming house or unconnected individuals that typically use a house as their home. So some houses only have a dwelling space for one family, a similar size group. A larger house called townhouses or row houses may contain numerous family dwelling in the same structure. So house may be accompanied by outbuildings such as garage for vehicles or shed for gardening equipment and tools. So a house may have a backyard, a front yard or both, which serve as additional areas which inhabitants can relax, eat or exercise. So for etymology, when we talk about the English house derives directly from the old hus, dwelling, shelter, home house, which in turn derives from Proto-Germanic fusion. So when we talk about its elements, first of all we create a layout. In special in my video, I prescribe is the layout. Ideally, architect of house designs room to meet the needs of the people who will live in the house. So Feng Shui, originally a Chinese method of moving houses according to such factors as rain and microclimate, has recently expanded its scope to address the design of interior space with a view to promoting harmonious effects on the people living inside the house, although no actual effect has ever been demonstrated. And Feng Shui can also mean the aura in or around a dwelling, making it comparable to the real estate sales concept of indoor or outdoor. So the square of a house in the United States reports the area of living space, excluding the garage and other non-living space. So the square meter figure of a house in Europe reports the area of the wall, including the home, and thus includes any attached garage and non-living space. So the number of floors or level making up the house can affect the square footage of different home and different homemade condition and birdhouse made to look like real house. Especially I prescribe in my video or these ideas. So humans often build a house for domestic or wild animal, often resembling smaller version of human domiciles. So familiar animal houses built by human include birdhouse, hen house, dog house, tiny bird or tiny goat house, while housed agricultural animal more often live in barns and stables. So, my dear guys, my dear audience, especially I prescribe my idea is for decoring purpose or a sketch. I giving a idea for my dear audience, like how we make a small hut, a small house, a small home, or for playing our child playing this we can made it for itself for different learning procedure or procurement we can made it. So if we talk about a parts, then many houses have several large room with specialized functions and several very small rooms for other various reasons. So these may have include a living or eating area, a sleeping area, and if suitable facilities and services exist, separate or combined washing and lavatory areas. So some larger properties may also feature rooms such as spa rooms, indoor pool, indoor basketball court, and other non-essential facilities. In traditional agriculture-oriented societies, domestic animals such as chickens or larger livestock often share part of the house with humans. So most conventional modern house will at least contains a bedroom, bathroom, kitchens, cooking areas, and a living room. By sitting, standing our veins cause different uh, any vehicle, any kind of vehicle. So the name of part of house often echo the names of part of other buildings, but could typically include alcove, also atrium, attic, basement, cellar, bathroom, bedroom or nursery, and box room, storage room, and conservatory, dining room, family room or den. So as a fireplace and foyer, so front room, garage, hallway or passage, vestibules. So library we can made it, and laundry room, larder, kitchens also, and home office or study. So as a loft, nook, also we can made it pantry and parlor, so porch and recreation rooms are rumps, room television rooms, so shrines to serve the religious function associated with the family and stairwell and my dear guys also sunrooms, swimming pool, window or workshop also. So my dear guys, when we talk about a historical background, then little is known about the earliest origin of the house and its interior. However, it can be traced back to the simplest form of shelter, an exceptionally well preserved house dating to the 5th millennium BC and with its constant still preserved was, for example, excavated at Tel Medor in Iraq. So, Roman architect and Vitruvius theories have claimed the first form of architecture as a frame of timber branches finished in mud, also known as the primitive art. And Philip Tabor later stated the contribution of 17th century and Dutch houses as a foundation of houses today. So as far as the idea of the home is concerned, the home of the home is the Netherland. So this idea's crystallization might be dated to the first three quarters of the 17th century when the Dutch Netherlands amassed the unprecedented and unrivaled accumulation of capital and emptied their purses into domestic space. So, in the Middle Ages, the manor houses facilitated different activities and events. Furthermore, the house accommodate numerous people, including family and relatives, employees, and different servant and their guests. So their lifestyle were largely communal, as areas such as a great hall enforced the custom of dining and meeting, and the solar intended for shared sleeping beds. So during the 15th and 16th century, the Italian Residence Palazzo consisted of plentiful rooms of connectivity. Unlike the quality and uses of manor houses, so most rooms of the palazzo contained no purpose, yet were given several doors. So these doors adjoined rooms in which Robin events described as a matrix of discrete but thoroughly interconnected chamber. So the layout allowed a component to freely walk room to room from one door to another, thus breaking the boundaries of privacy. So once inside it necessary to pass from one room to the next, then to the next to traverse the building where passages and this staircase are used as inevitably there. So they nearly always connected just one space to another and never served as general distributors of movement. Thus, despite the precise architectural containment offered by the addition of room upon room, the villa was in terms of occupation. So an open plan, relatively permeable to the numerous member of the household. Although very public, the open plan encouraged sociality and connectivity for all inhabitants. An early example of segregation of rooms and consequent enhancement of privacy may be found in 1597 at the Beaufort House, built in the Chelsea, London. So it was designed by English architect John Thorpe, who wrote on his plans a long entry through all. So the separation of the passageway from the room developed the function of the corridor This new extension was revolutionary at the time, allowing the integration of one door per room in which all universally connected to the same corridor. So some English architects or Augur Parat state the common way in the middle through the whole length of the house, the office from one molesting the other by continual passing through them. So my dear guys, my special and my these ideas for small home or small hut for small children or small babies or little babies or lovely babies inspired you much by these ideas. And if inspired, then my dear, subscribe my channel, like my video, and share my video with your affectionate love. So thank you very much guys for watching my video once again. Thank you very much.